Hi, I'm Susie, and after living and travelling solo in my camper van Lucy for the last 3 years, travelling across 10 countries through Europe and beyond, I fell in love and bought an old abandoned house in Portugal in the small village of Vieira de Leiria on the central west coast. My journey was an incredible, life-changing story, and I've even written a book, Let Go, Fly Free. Now it's time for a new challenge, to transform this old derelict house into a beautiful traditional sustainable Portuguese quinta. Follow me as I renovate the house and use permaculture principles to create a food forest and a sustainable, self-sufficient life.
Good morning from Portugal, and welcome back to my vlog. And today I just wanted to start off with something a little bit different, just because of something that has happened, and I just feel a call to speak to this. And it's really to do with why I started this YouTube channel. And originally I was doing it to record my journey traveling in my van around Europe, so that my family and friends could follow my journey. It wasn't that I was looking to get 1 million followers or advertise products or anything like that. And during the course of this time, my channel has now evolved. It's evolved into something a little bit different, because it's now that I've bought this house in Portugal and I want to live sustainably, and I want to transform this beautiful old house back to its beautiful state and create a food forest using permaculture principles. So yeah, it's slightly changed, and also along the way, what I found is that my journey has inspired other people, and it's inspired some people to even buy a van and travel. And so, yeah, this for me is wonderful to see. So now my focus has become, I guess, more on so that other people can learn from my experience, especially in Portugal here, and buying a house and transforming it, that experience, but also the experience of the fact that I'm following my heart and my desires, and if you like, my dreams of making my life better than it used to be when I was in the UK and I was working really hard like so many other people, and you know, not having that much time for myself. And that's really how my journey began. So yes, if my channel can inspire you to follow your desires, whatever they are, it doesn't have to be that you sell your house and travel in a van or even buy a house in Portugal. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means that, you know, if it inspires you to think about what your desires are, what your dreams are, and to take those first steps to follow them. Because what actually happened was a couple on YouTube who had bought a property in Portugal not that long ago, only a few months ago, and they had their own channel, and all of a sudden the man died. I don't know what he died of or the circumstances or anything like that, but what I do know is that they were following their heart and their dreams, and they had started to do this, and then sadly he died. But you know, he had started to follow those dreams and didn't put it off, because if he had put it off, he wouldn't have even ever experienced it. So I think, I don't know, that maybe my message today is that don't keep wishing for what you want, what you wish your life could be. You can make a change now. You can make a difference. You just have to start making those steps. And it's not to do with money. It's to do with having the courage to step out of your safety zone and step into the fear of what if, because what if it could be even better than you could ever imagine. And really, that is what has happened for me. You know, when I first started this journey, I never expected that after 3.5 years, I would be, I'm emotional. Just because, you know, I'm living the life in my best way possible for me. And I would love that for everyone in this world. So, sorry, this is real. So yes, thank you for listening to me, and thank you for showing up here, and thank you for supporting me just by following my journey, just by following my story, just by being here and watching my YouTube videos that I make. Thank you.
Wow, look at this. In just 1 week that I haven't been here, and when I left to go to the UK there was some rain. That is amazing. Look at this life that's here now on the ground. So my idea of putting tiles to cover this, I think that I'm actually going to wait to do that to see what happens actually over the course of winter. Because yeah, I mean, if it's going to regenerate itself like this, I'm not going to interfere with nature. I want to work with nature, not against it. So actually where I put these tiles, these just here, I mean, maybe I can just make a pathway. Maybe that's all I need to do, is just make a pathway down to the back of the house. And yeah, because one of the principles of permaculture is to observe, and to observe what nature does naturally. And I think that I hadn't forgotten that principle, but maybe I was being a little impatient. And yes, because really I need to observe what happens with this land over the course of the next 6 months, really. So yeah, so that's I don't know, it makes me very excited. Like, there's green here rather than this horrible dirty sand. And also I've had an not unwelcome guest, I've had a guest while I haven't been here. This is my rubbish bag that maybe stupidly I leave outside. But yes, so it looks like I've had a guest, and didn't like the bread, moldy bread. But yeah, you can see there's a bit of disruption here. There's a bit of bread there on the floor. But hey, all wild guests are welcome here. At the moment, I have no hot water in the house because I hadn't got a gas bottle full of gas. So last week we went and got a new gas bottle just to see if this old antiquated gas heater would actually work. And I was really fearful because here in Portugal you don't seem to, I don't know, people don't seem to get their boilers serviced, or when you buy a house here you don't
have to see any documentation about it, and I have no idea how old this heater is. So I was a little bit nervous about even trying to make it work, but I had Fabby, my boyfriend, with me, so I let him try it while I stood way back. Anyway, so we managed to get the pilot light alight, so that bit works fine. But when you turn on the water, it doesn't fire the boiler up, so it's obviously not working. And it is really, really old, and I wasn't expecting it to work. So ideally what I want to have is solar panels on the roof and have hot water that way, because it seems to me crazy not to use the sun here. And of course, it helps our planet. So that's my long-term plan, but for the short term, I'm gonna have to get an electric heater just to heat the water, so that my builder, me, can have hot showers and we've got some hot water here. So that's another job that's got to get sorted very soon. Although I love painting, especially in colour, what I don't like is all the preparation work. And this always is a lot. It didn't have so much damp, so not so much rubbing down. And it looks like someone had previously done it not that long ago. But there is 5 doorways to mask off. And also, I don't want to put paint over these tiles here at the bottom. So although I'm going to paint here, I don't want to get paint on the tiles here. Actually, I'm not going to mask those because I can just use a wet cloth, I think. So that's going to make my life a bit easier not to mask all that off as well. But there's a few plug sockets as well to do. My friendly pussycat is visiting me again and is exploring the house and the van. And I've actually found out that this cat belongs to my next door neighbour. So yes, it's a he. He will just be a visitor sometimes. But what I need to be careful about is that when I leave here every day, that he's not actually in the van or in the house anywhere, because I don't want to be shutting him in. Oh, this is so sweet, where the wind is blowing up underneath the plastic. The cat is playing with it. Well, he was. Now he's washing. That's so cute. This was very interesting. When I opened this pot of paint, I had this is in there, which is covered in paint. I mean, it was in the pot, and I can see you can clip it on to the side of the pot, and maybe it's used so that, I don't know, when you're dipping your brush in the paint, you can not waste the paint. But why put it inside the paint? I've just spent 5 minutes cleaning it so that I don't lose any of the paint. It's very strange. This hallway has ended up taking me 2 days to do, and you can see it needs a second coat, and it takes so long because there's all the intricacies here. There's like a little lip from the ceiling that curves around onto the wall there, and there's 6 doorways. And then at the bottom here, there is where it meets the tiles as well. So there's been quite a lot of intricacies to it, and all around sort of the edging here on the front door. So I have to use paintbrush, I can use a roller. Oh, look, there's some visitor right there on the wall. Not sure what that is. So yes, today's job is to put a second coat on, but it's looking nice. So I am really happy with the way the haul has now turned out. It has 2 coats of paint and it looks white when I do that. It looks nice, it's yellow. Nice and light, which is what I wanted, but with some colour, so I'm happy with that. So the pump is at the top of the stairs here, and I've tried to replicate what it would be like in the well, but obviously it's difficult to do that because I haven't got the same drop. But it proves a point that actually the pump isn't sufficient for this length of tube. It's just not man enough for the job, because even when I am getting water, but as you can see it comes out in little spurts, which isn't going to be very useful to me. So I guess I'm going to need a better pump, or I'm going to wait till the water level rises in the well and see how far it rises this winter. So thank you for watching my video, and I thought I'd give you a little update because, as normal, things here in Portugal are not really going according to my plan, I guess. So after I got back from the UK last week, I messaged my builder to say, hi, when are you coming on Monday? And he gave me a very valid reason why he couldn't come this week. But of course, I was very disappointed because I was looking forward to getting some kind of heavy stuff done here. But it is what it is. And also, I ordered some scaffolding back in August now, and it was supposed to be coming on the 1st of September, and it still isn't here. And that's because apparently it was no longer being supplied by the supplier of whom I bought it from. So just before I left last week for the UK, I got a message saying we can't supply this. This is an alternative. So I've ordered the alternative now, but I have no idea when it's going to be arriving. And without the scaffolding, I can't do all those jobs that really need to be doing, like the roof to stop the rain coming in, and yes, and a multitude of other jobs that need scaffolding for, to be fair. So no builder, no scaffolding. So this week, as you can see, I've just been cracking on with painting, and yeah, the whole way has ended up taking most of my week to do. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm hoping that I will hear from my builder very soon, and even if the scaffolding isn't here, he can come and start renovating in the kitchen, knocking the wall down. So yeah, I'm hoping that's going to happen. But there is some good news. So the good news is that although the gas heater doesn't work here for the hot water, I have found someone who speaks English, a Portuguese man, very nice, who can speak English. And I am going to buy the electric water heater this weekend, and then at the end of next week he's going to come and fit it. So I'm actually going to have hot water. And the other thing I'm going to do this week is I'm going to buy an electric cooker as well, because he's an electrician. So hopefully at the same time he can also wire the cooker. So that means I'll have hot water and I'll be able to cook. So the only thing that I will then need is a bed to sleep in. So tune in next time and see what happens. And please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, And yes, thank you for watching. And also, don't forget to leave me any comments. And the other thing I just wanted to ask, if there's anyone on here in Portugal that knows any person or a place where I can buy windows, wooden windows with shutters, that's what I'm looking for. I don't really want to have PVC, but most of the companies in this area, at least, it's all PVC, but I would really love to have traditional old wooden style windows. So if anyone knows of anyone who's a carpenter, that would be great. Please let me know. Thank you so much, and see you next time. I'm just driving down through the fields of a place called Amor, which actually means love. And I spotted these two guys. How beautiful is that? Two storks. They decided to take flight. Wow. Right over me. How cool is that?